Hey guys, this is Frank from Rokit, and welcome to the next installment of my Elements Dubstep tutorials. Today's tutorial is going to be on a master track template. This is going to be used for every new track that you make, so you don't have to faff about making everything from scratch. It's going to include a mastering suite, which I've done a separate tutorial to show you how to build, a line mixer, a sidechain compressor, and 4 or 5 instances of line mixer 6 to 2. So we'll start off by creating our sidechain compression. So we've got the mixer. We want to click under the mixer combinator, name it sidechain. Inside there, click create, drum computer. Disconnect it from the main mixer because we want it to trigger the sidechain, not be an instrument. Then we need to choose a drum to trigger our sidechain. So we're going to browse samples. I found one that I thought was pretty right for the job. The BDXTC2 WAV, which is part of the Reason Factory Sample Bank or Sound Bank. It's quite punchy, which is what you want when you're compressing drums, because the shape of your drum can affect the shape of the compression on your sound. So next, go into the step sequencer, triggers 1, 5, 9 and 13, because that's basically how your compression works generally on dance music. You want it hitting on those notes. Then we need to click outside the combinator and create 2 spider audio merger and splitters. The reason we've got 2 is because then you've got 6 outputs or 7 outputs rather than 3 or 4. So then if you need to put more than 4 triggers into 4 separate instances of an instrument or whatever, then you've got more control. It just saves you having to do it again in the future. So we connect our output into the first input of the splitter, and then the final one into the first input of the second splitter. So it looks like that. Then we're going to need something to trigger. Well, first actually you want to just make sure the signal chain is all running smoothly. So you trigger the drum and you can see the little red light indicating that everything is coming through the signal chain. So that's fine. And just to show you how that works, we're going to choose a sample, something from, we're going for that one. And here's our compressor. And here's the sidechain in. So we want to go from the audio and splitter or spider audio merger splitter into the sidechain in, and then that's just going to trigger the pumping, and it's going to run at the same rate as we've specified in this step sequencer here. So you'll see the lights flashing to show you that, and this pumping here when we press this. So you can see it all working very nicely there. So we'll just delete that. The next part of our template is going to be these. It's going to be our 6 to 2 line mixers. So this is for each separate element of your song. So we've got drums, bass, chords, vocals, leads. Generally this is for dance music. You might have some other setup if you were doing house or I don't know, baroque or something like that. So we've got drums, we're going to connect that into the first channel of the line mixer, and so on. This basically gives you more control over each separate element of your song, and then it makes everything tidier as well. So when I come to make my drums, I would just create combinator, name it kick snare, which I've also done a tutorial for, how to make your own kick snare template. That'll be coming very soon. And then we would go create combinator hats, and then inside each one it's everything tidy. So create combinator and percussion, and then that's it. And then the same for the next channel. So you would have then your bass, you want to might put bass 1 or whatever, sub, and then you've got your wobble bass one and your sort of squealy bass one and stuff like that, and it's just everything's then inline, tidy. You can see everything, and it makes everything a lot simpler, and like I've said, a lot more control over everything. So we'll just delete those, and that's it. And you just save this as a patch, and you can come back to it in the future and not have to worry about starting from scratch every single time. You can get straight into the creative process. So if you've got any comments or any requests, like I say, put them in the comments box and I will respond as soon as I can. What I'll maybe do as well is I'll put a media file link to this patch, so if you really can't be bothered to do it, or you'd rather it just be there, I'll do that for you as well. Yeah, tune in for the next episode, which is probably going to be, as I explained, on mastering, so just to show you how to make a dance mastering suite. And yeah, thanks for your time.